it's Alex and welcome back to my channel. I'm really hoping the recording quality of this is better than it has been the past few times I've recorded this video, because this video has been put off long enough. Today is the third Draw This in Your Style challenge, and it is a redraw of a drawing that I actually did in, I believe, summer of 2017, which is around when I really started getting serious in my art again. This piece was originally in watercolor and acrylic ink, and therefore I decided I'd use those exact same materials. I do have different watercolors that I used between then and now, which has caused some textural differences, but I tried to stay as close to the original of it as I possibly could, including the size of the circle. That was a dumb idea number one. My scale of character drawings has actually changed a lot since I drew this picture. The original is on a 10x7 Canson mixed media paper, and it's done using Liquitex acrylic ink for all of the black detail, and then my Sakura Koi travel watercolors kit for the main watercolor. One of my problems I had with that is I felt that the colors turned out really chalky. I don't know whether or not, I've given that set to my sister since. I don't know whether or not she's experienced that same problem. I'm also not very good at mixing colors, which is why I much prefer having the pre-wetted watercolor bottles from Ecoline, which is what I used here. Now, this probably is going to be the second to last video I do with the, this is the last video I'm going to be drawing in my B Paper Company Mixed Media paper. B Paper Company Mixed Media sketchbook. I don't know why that's always so hard for me to say, but it is. But this is going to be the last video in the sketchbook. I did this piece and the other two Draw This in Your Style pieces on November 6th, and I pushed back the date for that due to people having exams. I wanted to give people time to finish up. And then I pushed it back a little further because some people needed some time. And then I hit a really bad patch of seasonal depression, which honestly has still been persisting. And then I got a duplicate from a gift from parents or friends. So they were just sitting there anyway, and I feel like a lot of people could potentially use one of these 3 marker sets. I'll have more information on that as it comes. I don't know, honestly, when that'll happen because everything is so up in the air with life right now. I was really also hoping to have prints and an online store together, but I didn't have enough money before starting my part-time job. The part-time job hasn't paid me yet, and there's a whole mess there. So there's lots of stress right now, and I really wish I could be doing more with art, but the day-to-day has been absolutely draining, and I just don't know what I want to draw. Every single time I sit down, I'm like, there's nothing coming up. I even tried doing my usual trick of pulling prompt words, and just nothing stuck with me. So I have some stuff that I will be posting, and I'm probably actually going to be doing 2 videos this week because I want this video out in the world. And then I have another video that I've been wanting to make for a very long time that is probably going to be going up on Wednesday or Thursday. Keep an eye out for that. Before I got into this whole tirade about how my life is going, I was talking about the B Paper Company Mixed Media paper. I don't think it's especially well suited for watercolor. You can see in the hat where I had to layer it up a couple of times to get the color I really wanted that there's that lovely pebbling texture. It's not as pervasive as it was in the new set of, or in the new paper in the Illo sketchbooks, but it's still not what I'm going for. I like really smooth watercolor, and this paper didn't really provide the right conditions for the watercolor to be great. I did get good gradients so long as I was working quickly. However, where some of the watercolor stuck in that I really didn't want it to, I couldn't pull it up again. Like, there's this dot on the chin that I ended up messing up When I tried to re-wet it later, it just made it worse. A critique on the Ecoline watercolors: they need better skin tones, or at least better browns. I have, I believe, 440, 417, and then a peachy color that I don't remember the number of. I believe I diluted the 417, which is really yellowy. The other one is very much a red tone brown. But I feel like her skin tone is a little bit too yellow. I would like it a little bit warmer, but I didn't really have the patience to sit there and mix, and with the size of the droppers, you waste a lot of ink, a lot of watercolor to be able to mix, and it's just kind of a shame. I'm hoping sometime in this next year I can experiment a little bit more with watercolors. I would really like to be able to get my hands on like a Kuretake set, because I hear a lot about those. So if you've got any brands of watercolors you guys particularly like, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I would absolutely love to hear your guys' suggestions. As for the comparison of this version to the old version, I think they're both good in certain respects. The original one has the advantage of the pose. When I was doing a more geometric, cartoony style, I could simplify the pose a lot more, and it looked okay not being absolutely anatomically correct. This one, I tried going for correct, and it kind of looks cluttered, which overall, I wish I would have done better on redrawing this piece. The original of this piece has been a favorite of mine for years. I don't know whether or not it was a absolutely perfect redo, since I did mess up on the face and that shoulder right up front. I think the one thing I would have done differently is I would have changed the pose entirely. I would have made it a little bit more manageable in my current style, just because some things have to change. There's a lot about my art style that did change, and you can see between these two. I should have made it bigger on the page. In the 9x9 B Paper Company sketchbook versus the 7x10, there should have been no point to making it absolutely scale to one another. So, my critiques of my own work aside, I'm really hoping that I can power through this weird funk that I've been in, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed watching me work on this piece. I also forgot her choker right at the end. Stick around to the very end to see all of the remaining submissions for the Draw This in Your Style. Check out these amazing artists. I will have them linked down below as well. If you feel so inclined, hit that subscribe button and check me out on my other social media handles. Thanks, and check out these other artists.